Thank you.
All right. Welcome back to another session of the party crew. Now that you know you're being recorded. Okay, last we left off, our party took care of these mischievous elves that were lurking around the city. And after a heated battle, were able to glean some information with their mind medallion from the female elf that Prince Sugaharan was what it was. Prince Sugaharan must die. And so here we are, gotten some information, and the team is now headed out, finally, to head to Ilijan. And so we open on the group. They are right outside of town on horseback. That is where we will start for now.
Are we riding? Or are we just standing? Or
well, let's say you guys congregated on the edge of town. You guys haven't quite left town, but you're making sure you have all of your goods. Nobody left anything. And go.
So, question: Are we still? So we're with our horses right now?
Yes, you're on your horses.
we're astride them.
Indeed.
I'm not with you guys, right?
Everybody's together. They brought you guys.
Are we ready to go?
I guess.
I'm ready.
Yes. Jorgensen, are you ready?
I had another bad night's sleep.
No. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and he's just kind of like leaned forward on Brownie.
Oh. Oh man. Okay. So are we in like proximity to the town still, or have we like?
Yeah. No, you're like on the edge of town right now.
Okay, I thought so. Cool. Okay. Well, I guess we have no time left to lose, so I think we should get going.
Buddy and Silas, you guys are still kind of feeling the effects of your several days long hotbox here. Like 2-day hotbox.
Yeah, alright, let's get going, I guess.
Yeah. Getting stiff.
So, everybody sets forth. If there's nothing else to do here, everybody sets forth on horseback. So you guys ride out of Misthrethel, the town that you have called almost home, sort of. Your starting place, the place where you all initially congregated. It's a little bittersweet to leave, but you hope again in your hearts that you will all come back one day. Who knows? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, so you all are on your horseback and you leave Natera, this town kind of nestled at the foot of these mountains, and head into almost plains. Kind of, you're heading out onto these like this valley. You're heading down, and as you see kind of out, you see forests ahead. Lots of forest, really. Kind of sprawling down from where that mountain was. And you're excited that you have a resident ranger to at least kind of help you, because this looks like it's going to be quite the journey. So, you guys are traveling. You've traveled probably now for a few hours, and some of you are not quite used to riding horseback. Some of you are having a little bit more trouble than others. Go ahead and roll, and let's see how you guys are doing on horseback. Maynard, you get advantage.
Hey!
Is this animal handling?
That's what I was gonna
What is
ask.
this?
You know what? I would say
Dexterity?
yes. That's animal handling. Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Wait, do I get advantage? Do I get
Yeah,
advantage?
Well, you guys aren't used to riding on horseback. Maynard is.
Okay.
I got a
Wow.
15.
I got an 8.
I don't question.
My
do I
animal
get-
handling's -1.
If I'm
Mine has some. I rolled.
if I'm proficient in wisdom, do I have advantage on that? I can't remember.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, well,
So
I got a 7.
Yeah.
I'm having issues, which makes sense. I do have a tail, so I mean,
Uh.
that might cause issues.
So first off, you see Silas, and this whole time he's kind of been like starting and stopping. And what Prince Money was your horse's name?
Sure, something like that.
Prince Money, this
Prince
regal
Money.
black horse. It has just like this very regal mount. You can tell Silas doesn't quite know what he's doing on this horse, and the horse knows it as well. He's kind of taking advantage of this. Sometimes he'll veer off to the side, and Silas is very nervously trying to steer him back on course. And so that's how it's going for him. And a few times Prince Money kind of takes advantage of his just ignorance of horse riding and will jet forward in front of all of you. And then let's see, what did you roll, Helen?
An 8.
So a similar thing happens with what's your horse's name again? What'd you name it?
Lefty.
Lefty. Lefty is a middle-aged horse, a seasoned horse, and Lefty sometimes will stop and eat, and you fall behind a few times. And Lefty is also taking advantage of ignorance here. Buddy, what was your roll?
I got a 16.
Oh,
Hey,
Nice.
you guys look at Buddy, and you wonder if perhaps in his past he did a good bit of horse riding. He seems rather elegant in his methods here. Maynard, you take notice that Buddy's style of riding is very regal, and looks like somebody's trained him maybe in this. It's not just something a commoner would do. Very upright and whatever. And what did you roll, Maynard?
I got 15.
Maynard is used to riding horses. Maynard's been riding horses for a very long time. And you can tell that he is very at home riding this horse. His buddy. What's your horse's name again?
Horace.
Horace, the horse. You can tell that Maynard and Horace are like a bonded pair. So endurance, what was your roll again?
7.
A 7. So you and Silas both got 7s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So endurance, despite your attunement to nature and animals in general, this horse, what's your horse's name again?
Oh, what is my horse name? Sage.
Sage is very uncomfortable with your looks, as well as kind of your demeanor. Sage can tell that you have some sort of magic, weird something, like it senses it. And so Sage is very jittery kind of on your ride. Brownie and Jorgensen are pattering almost in time. Jorgensen is playing a song to the clop of Brownie's hooves. Jorgensen is having a great time with Brownie, and Brownie is just loving Jorgensen. Like, they are a dynamic duo, and they are leading the pack. And Mishra, on the other hand, is kind of falling back with Elodia, as Prancer is his odd steppage has made for troubles on narrow paths. So Prancer has fallen to the back with Elodia as well. So that is your horse situation right now.
Oh no.
Oh, can I talk to Prancer?
Go
I want
ahead.
to speak with animals.
Oh, so you're actually using speak with animal. Oh God.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I forgot you got it.
What a great use.
I mean,
Oh, boy.
I wasted a spell slot, but I've been dying to do this the
Oh,
entire
no.
time. Yeah.
Let's oh boy. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So I guess as I'm trying to like urge Lefty on from eating grass, even though I know how much it can be delicious for horses. I understand that. So I'm trying to be gentle, but at the same time, I see Prancer and I kind of look at him and I say, Prancer, why are you stepping oddly? You seem a little offbeat. Are you okay?
And so Prancer's very alarmed that you just spoke to him. And Prancer looks at you with the other eye and he's just like you just hear him going like, gotta walk, walk this way. And he's like, step 1, step 2, step, oh god, step, ah! And you can just tell he's getting like jittery. And then he like hears you and he's like, who said that?
I'm kind of like, Prancer, it's just me. It's Elodia. Hi. And I kind of like do a little wave, like, easy there. It's okay.
Step. And he's like trying to collect his thoughts, but you could tell he's like focusing so intensely on his steppage. Something has happened to Prancer, and Prancer's kind of messed up. You could tell. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, I take note of that.
Yeah.
Could I listen to hear like what Lefty has to say
I think you can only cast it on
Only-
one.
on one animal? Okay,
Let's
I
never
see.
mind.
think she.
Oh no, all beasts. Yeah. Oh, you cast it on like yourself. Yeah.
What
This
does
works.
Lefty have to say? I guess I asked Lefty like, how's the grass? I mean, we had to keep going, but
It's pretty good. I'm kind
Can
of
we
tired
keep
of
going?
walking.
well, I mean, we're on this together, so let's just, the quicker we get there, the quicker we can rest, right?
But I can rest now.
No. Okay. So I guess I keep going.
Do you hear?
Like
Do you
that.
want to listen in on any of the other horses or anything?
What about Percy? How's Percy doing?
Percy is kind of ruffled his feathers and settled down on your shoulder, and he's kind of bobbing and trying to like stabilize himself with his little talons. And you kind of hear him just kind of like.
Percy, you taking it easy? Okay.
He looks at you, and he kind of like gives a little. Ooh. This ride could be a little better. Will you let me
I agree.
fly?
If you want to, you can go on ahead. Let me know
And
if
then-
you see anything.
Percy like stops for a second and he looks at you and he's like, did you just, Lady Elodia, you just spoke back to me?
Yeah. I'm trying out this new spell I learned. I thought it would be useful since after what happened with the Cacathorns about, back there in Otero, we had some issues. So I know. Poor buddy.
So he's like, He kind of settles down and then he kind of stretches his wings out and he takes flight off your shoulder and kind of takes a few loops around. You hear
guess I'm
Prince
good.
Money. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
You
yeah.
hear
What
Prince
is-
Money in the back, and Prince Money's like, why am I here? This is not where I belong. Huh, this fool knows not how to ride such a fine horse. Whew. Atrocious.
I kind of look back. I'm like, where did you come from to say such words about your master?
And he whinnies a little and prances a bit, and he says, I come from the fine stables of Often, where
Well, I've
we have fine breeds of all sorts. And
never heard of it. Okay.
I was bred to be a fine racing horse. until I was injured in a race.
Mhm.
And now I
Trag-
am sold just as a commoner's riding horse. Whew. Where ignorant fools such as this one are I can't even think.
Now, Cash Money, he does serve a god, so at least there's that. But I'd step down from your high horse a little bit there and keep walking. So let's go.
My name is Prince Money. But I suppose it does make it that much better that I know he serves a god and not just some foot soldier or some lowly peasant or God forbid, a ranger. God. Oh.
I kind of give him like a steely-eyed, like cold stare, and I'm like, "You better watch your tongue, horse. After all, you're only a horse." And I kind of just keep going.
He and whinnies,
boy.
whatever.
Now we're gonna have 3 episodes before we get a resolution between Elodia and Prince Money.
Oh man.
Oh man. Oh my gosh.
And you notice Horace at the front, kind of. He's very vigilant and alert, and you notice him kind of looking back and forth very diligently. And you hear him kind of whinny, and as he whinnies, he's like, "Nothing on the horizon, sir." And Maynard doesn't respond, and and he's just like, "Yes, sir. Nothing there. I will continue to keep watch for you." Oh, God love him.
Oh man. I think I'm gonna be okay. So how close am I to like Elodia right now?
You're towards the back. Yeah.
So do you think I would hear like her talking at all or no?
Yeah, you can hear her saying things. Yeah.
And I'm gonna notice that she's looking at horses while she's saying things, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna kind of like squint and kind of like urge my poor horse forward to kind of try to keep like match pace with her and be like, "Are you talking to the horses?" I'm
Yes.
not judging. I'm not judging. I was curious.
Yes. I just wanted to see if they were, they're doing okay. So, and they seem to be doing okay. Prince Money back there's a little bit of a snob, arrogant son of a gun, but it is what it is.
I mean, his name is Prince Money. I don't think I'd expect any less. I'm gonna.
You got a point there.
I'm gonna kind of like look down at my horse and be like, "Is mine doing okay? I'm not really experienced with this. I normally just walk wherever I go."
Did I listen in on Sage? Is Sage saying anything?
Yeah. Sage kind of looks up and like shoots a glance at Endurance and just kind of like keeps her head down and like keeps walking. And it's just like,
I kind of whisper to Sage, I'm like, "Are you okay? What's going on?" I saw that look.
she's one of us. She doesn't deserve to ride on my back.
I'm sorry. A racist horse. Oh gosh, jeez.
I feel like
I kind of, hesitate and take a pause there for a minute, and I say, "Sage, that's not for you to decide. You are a horse."
You are a horse.
I'm gonna kind of like.
She is your master, and she happens to be a druid, by the way, so she knows your way is probably better than I do. She can, in fact, turn into one of you if she wants.
That's what I
So-
mean. She's an animal like us. She can walk on her own.
Ah, but even she needs assistance from such a noble breed as such as you. So
Flattery will get you nowhere.
Ooh. And then I kind of whisper to Endurance, I'm like, she's also a little snobbish, by the way.
I'm gonna kind of like.
She doesn't quite respect you yet, but I think she will in time.
Is it my bad writing or something else? Does she have an issue?
No, she knows you're one with the animals, and she believes that you can carry your own weight. Yeah. So
Huh. Wow. It's a little unexpected, I guess. I'm kind of like look at my horse with a little like bit more concern in my face than last time. Be like, all right, I guess I'll deal with that later. That's unexpected. I'm just gonna kind of like go forward with my horse.
Yep.
I'm a racist horse. That's so sad.
And you just hear off in the distance, you hear Brownie and Jorgensen. Jorgensen's sitting back there with his new little like lute situation. And you can hear Brownie in the front going, clip, clop, I'm a little horse. Clip, clop, I'm a little horse. I like to sing and I like to dance. A clip, clop, I'm a little horse. And you just hear him at the front just doing that.
I just kind of start laughing to myself because that is the most pure thing I've heard in a long time. And I kind of whisper to myself, I love this spell so much. So worth it.
There you go.
Amazing. That is amazing.
So yes, you all Elodia's having a great time listening into all these horse
I'm finally at
conversations.
peace. Like all my I guess countenance is just like not so, what is it, tense. Everything just kind of like, I'm very relaxed right now. So,
Um,
Go ahead.
I'm trying to keep track of the map here. Would someone make sure and keep watch, make sure nothing attacks us or something?
I mean, I'm back in the, I kind of, wait, can we all hear you? Are you just talking to everybody?
Yeah. I'll
If he
talk to
says it loud,
everybody.
you can hear it.
Okay. I kind of shout back, I got an eye on the backside, so.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I was keeping it
Anyway.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
So where how is everybody stacked up again? So I know I rode ahead of Elodia a little bit, but like how's everybody else? Was it like is like Sir Maynard near the front or is he like near the middle or
Yeah, Maynard, so Brownie's in the very front doing his little clip clop horsey thing. And Horace is right behind him, and then it's Buddy. And then it was kind of Mishra, Elodia, and Silas Endurance kind of all kind of in the back together.
Thought Elodia was our ranger leading the way.
Of course, should I ride on ahead?
Well,
I've got
my map. It's so, I mean, we could ride together, or if
Okay.
you want to ride ahead.
I can try to keep pace with you. Hang on. And so I kind of like, urge Lefty on and match, I guess, stride with Maynard. And I kind of, say to him, I'm sorry, I thought you need somebody back in the rear. So, but I'm here.
No, go wherever you want. I don't care. I'm trying to figure out how to get there. I can read maps. I'm not very good at nature.
It's understandable. I'll do my best up here then.
So, presently, you all gain the following benefits because Ranger Helen is kind of leading the way and whatever. While traveling for an hour or more in your favorite terrain, which is forest, which is where you presently are.
Yep.
Gain the following benefits. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. Even when you're engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger. If you're traveling alone, you can move more stealthily, so does not apply. But when you forage, you find twice as much food. While tracking other creatures, you also learn the exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
You're welcome.
So there you go, guys. Also, let's see. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain, your proficiency bonus is doubled if you're using a skill that you're proficient in.
Sweet.
So there you go, Elodia.
So my tracking is like a 10. Oh my gosh.
A million.
Yes. Okay.
So, Elodia, as you lead the way, the forest is starting to get denser, and you look around, and the leaves here, you all, I mean, obviously see this, but the leaves are starting to get a little crispy on the ground, and things are starting to become more orange in color. It is fall, and it is looking very beautiful, and as you look behind you, you can see across the hills back to Mistrethel, and the hillside is just kind of lit up in oranges and yellows and greens. Very pleasant. As you kind of look at this path, it's not like the widest because you're kind of going through this little mountainside right now, or this kind of hillside right now. But it does look relatively well traveled. It's wide enough that a wagon could pretty easily come through here. You can tell that people have definitely been in and out within the past day and things like that. Maynard?
Are we traveling down the road, or I thought we were traveling straight shot across?
Well, you're going to take the road at
grasslands.
least a little first to kind of get out of
Okay.
this hilly area, and then you'll
Gotcha.
shot it down. So yes, so you guys are traveling through this general area right now, and so let's kind of speed it up a little. You guys get through kind of this hillside, and as you get to kind of the summit of this hill, if it has a summit, you look out across and you can see where it finally goes down in this area, that you can see where the rolling hills start to flatten out and everything like that. And off in the distance, it is still pretty heavily forested. So you know you're at least going to have a good while of travel in some forest before you actually get to the grasslands and things like that. But at least it's less hilly. So as you travel along, the road widens up a little bit more, and it's wide enough probably for 4 of your horses to walk through at one time. And Elodia, you can tell that this is very well traveled, this segment right here, and you can tell that there is kind of a branch off where it would have gone around the base of the hill, if you so wish to do that. And that spot looks very well traveled. And so there's a couple spots where, you know, it branches into smaller trails and things like that. And off in the distance, kind of off to the sides, you can tell where there's like small cottages and things. It's not like this place is completely wild. There are some different homes, log cabins, whatever, scattered throughout where you can tell maybe some artisans live and do some things. You can tell that a couple places they've got some logging situations going on, just people kind of on the outskirts of Mistrethel here. And as you continue on, it's been probably, you guys probably been traveling for like 2 hours here. Things get more sparse and more sparse. And you finally come to a crossroads here. And so it's got one sign pointing towards it. In common, it just says Narncross. And in one, it kind of says, it also like says like the Great Road, like that way. And then kind of in a southerly south direction, it says, oh shoot, what was that town? It was the town on the lake.
Often.
No, it's not often. Hold on, I've got the picture here. I probably need to pull this up so I can show it to the rest of you as well.
A whole side quest devoted to getting Prince Money back to his
Prince Money. Oh,
his
Lord.
rightful heritage.
Oh.
Prince Money. Stupid.
It's a great name.
Great name.
It's fantastic.
Okay, hold up. Let's see if it'll load up here. Let me pause for a sec. Okay, so it says Havelfind to the south. So you guys arrive at the crossroads here.
All right, it says on the map that Havelfind is where we're trying to go, I believe. It's the fastest.
Let me do this real quick.
And the other side was leading to Norncross.
Right.
Okay.
Which, considering the circumstances at the moment, from what we've heard, it'd probably be best to avoid that area for at least the time being.
All right. I think we should go through Havelfind.
Can you guys see my picture?
It's coming. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are, you guys have kind of come out the hills and whatever. Let me see if I can draw here. Black pen. So you guys are about somewhere in here right now.
Okay.
Maybe. It's been a while. It's you guys have been traveling, so it is somewhere in there. Yeah.
Shorter.
Yeah, no, it's only been 2 hours. It's 2 hours.
Dang.
You're probably even closer than that, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, you guys probably like.
No, no, stop.
Because your marker says a day is.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
far.
yeah. You guys are like.
Oh,
It's
dear
been. You
God.
guys have been writing longer than 2 hours.
Basically
at
a
this point.
Mistrethel, guys.
You guys are like
Okay.
meh, right there.
Well, what was it called? Havelfind?
Havelfind. Can I zoom in on this? Dadgummit, I cannot.
I guess we move on to Havelfind, right?
Agree.
You can
wanna
go
get
this
Jorgen-
way, or you could go this way.
South.
South. Yes.
South.
South. Okay, cool.
Onward.
All right.
And Mishra says, "So we're not going to go to Narncross? Is that what we decided on?"
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. And she kind of takes Prancer and steers him hard towards the south. And he's like, so this is you guys' point. You guys have decided you are officially going south. You are not going to Narncross. This is the point of no return here, guys.
What was in Narncross? Like, if we even wanted to go there, like, is there
Pale
anything that we need there?
Hail Rider coming in hard. And the 4.
Oh. Oh. Huh. Well, I think Jorgen said we wanted to get him to Illajan because of the thing on his back, and also for Buddy.
Right.
Mhm.
So I think a Pale Rider can wait.
I also don't think we're strong enough to face him yet.
Agreed. I feel like that's like a boss battle that we're not quite there for.
Jorgensen's kind of chilling there on Brownie, and you notice that he's really starting to scratch his back. It's been getting worse the longer you guys have been riding here.
Oh no.
Jorgensen, do you need me to read your back?
Ugh! It's just so itchy.
Can I see it?
Sure, Sir Maynard, anything for you. And he
All
kind
right.
of turns and he pulls his shirt up. And you notice that this thing has come off exponentially. Like, it has come off more than it has ever come off.
Oh no.
So the entire bottom wing has been exposed here.
Oh dear.
Bottom wing.
That one wing that had only exposed one word now is an entire line.
Oh.
Let me make sure I've got my correct one here.
Can we read anything else on it? Like, is there anything else that we can make out?
Apparently it's a whole line now. So
Yeah, let me make sure I've got it. Okay, yes. The final line says, "With such an ugly knave."
What the?
What does knave mean again?
Like imbecile or like,
Kind of like a ruffian,
oh, okay.
Oh,
like a punk, an evildoer, a punk.
oh,
Let's
great.
look up Google's definition so I can give you a more thorough knave. A
Oh,
dishonest or unscrupulous man, a scoundrel, rogue, villain, rascal, good for nothing, wretch.
Wow. Okay.
Well, your
That's
back
a lot.
says, with such an ugly knave. That's a lot. It has came off an entire wing.
And he says, maybe scratching it makes it worse. Maybe I scratched the ink off.
I'll try and scratch a little of the uncovered. I don't think so. Have you done anything recently that you haven't been doing?
No.
All right. Well, maybe it's the further south you get, seems. I don't
Maybe.
know.
Are we hearing all this?
Yeah. You guys
Did
are all
it-
kind of bunched up at the crossroads here.
It
No.
didn't really change when we were still in Rogstill or Naterra,
I mean,
but
but
when we
it-
got to Mistrethel, it revealed a whole word.
But isn't it too early to say that? I mean, is it just as time passes, it speeds up exponentially?
I mean, I don't know. That's just my guess. I don't know exactly what's going on. Is there more fur?
Yeah, there's just more bristles.
Oh,
I look to Sir Maynard and ask, Sir Maynard, does your spell book that Mask gifted you, does that talk about any such curses like these?
I have not seen anything like that, but let me double check.
You look
I
in
will-
there, and there's no real information about curses or anything, but you have noticed that there are new kind of spells and things at your disposal, and there is one thing that shows you how to do to be more efficient and more quick with your combat, and you now have an extra attack.
Ooh,
There you go.
Oh. Well,
okay.
this isn't pertinent, but
Hmm.
I don't see anything in there regarding curses.
Yes, I look at Silas and I say, Silas, are you familiar with anything like this?
Well, I've seen a few curses in my time. Not this exactly, of course, but I'll look into it.
Do you think you could ask Mask? Do you think he'd have a moment to spare of his infinite time?
Yeah, if I get the chance, perhaps. Oh. Okay, perhaps I will.
I wouldn't know anything, obviously, right? Because it's just like, I think I've already rolled a perception on it, so.
Yeah,
So there-
it's just
how much-
you can't quite tell still what kind of bristles this might be.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about, because that's what's.
Warlocks are generally gifted with curses, so I'll definitely do my best to look into this.
So, you guys kind of have your moment with Jorgensen. Jorgensen just is like, I will continue to itch then, and just.
Oh, man.
That we need to get on quickly. I guess there's nothing else to do.
I agree. sooner we can figure out what this thing is on him, the sooner the better. Because I don't know. It's just odd that I can't recognize this kind of fur, bristles, whatever it is. I've seen many types of animals, so perhaps whatever is happening to him is something that none of us have ever seen. If he is even turning into an animal of some kind, who knows? Can we like make out like that? So is all the texture is just that hard bristle, right?
Right now, it's still relatively short, but there's just more of it on his back now.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I guess we should head out.
So, you guys have chosen the path to Havelfind. You go on, and the road is very pleasant. The air is nice and crisp. You're coming out of that. It was kind of still that warmth coming off of like that Tentaclin's Rogsteel area. Still kind of into Mistdrathel, giving it this like very strange warmth for this time of year. But as you kind of descend and get farther away, you are starting to feel some of that autumn weather roll in. And some of you kind of may pull your cloak a little bit closer to you. You notice Misha does, and she actually pulls out a little scarf from her rucksack and wraps it around her little neck. And you guys ride on, and you continue riding for about another probably 4 hours. And about that time, Misha pipes up and says, can we like stop for a second? My butt kind of hurts a little from riding this horse for so long.
What's the day like time wise?
You guys left pretty early, so it is probably, what did I say? It's probably like noon. It's probably about noon. Y'all been riding about 6 hours here. This is too epic of a song for just traveling. Much better.
So I guess I'll kind of like look around at everybody and be like, does anybody feel like we need to stop besides Mishra?
Do we need to rest the horses?
Oh, I can't ask him because my spell's ended.
I'm gonna
Could I do animal handling and just check like how tired
sure,
the
try.
horses are? Meow. Hang on. 14.
Let's see. Brownie, you can tell that he's not quite whinnying as brightly anymore. You can tell that his little legs have gotten a little bit tired, and he's not quite keeping in time with Jorgensen's song like he previously was. So Jorgensen's song has therefore slowed down. So you take note of that, as well as kind of the demeanor of some of the other horses, and you gather that they may need a slight break.
Okay. And then I kind of, I guess, say, I think a little break might be good for the horses just to make sure that they stay healthy. But, you know, they can go on for maybe an hour, maybe 2, but.
I agree that it's best to rest them. Being able
Just for a minute.
talk to them directly.
And Mishra goes, I think Prancer wants a drink or something. Do we have anything to give them?
Ooh. Is there like a river nearby or anything?
Ranger?
I don't like, how do I check? Just survival?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I still plus 10? Are we still in the forest?
You get a plus 10? Hold on,
Well,
wait.
it's a double my wisdom.
Oh, yes then.
Proficiency.
It gets double just your proficiency bonus.
Yes.
And then you
Yeah.
add your
Well,
wisdom.
I'm proficient in survival.
So it should be a 6 plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
Then
about to say that's too much. So an 8. Okay.
Don't you also have advantage on it if it's your favorite
I think-
terrain?
It doesn't
Is this
say
your favorite
advantage.
terrain?
This is, well, the forest is.
It just says your proficiency bonus is doubled.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So you kind of look
Oh, wait,
at
wait. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. You kind of look at the topography and you kind of notice where there might be some kind of like slanted spots, and you kind of look at the growth pattern of some of these trees, and you determine that, okay, kind of off to the right somewhere, I think there might be some like a stream or something. It's a little
Okay.
bit off the beaten path, but you can make out kind of like a little animal trail maybe leading that
Okay.
direction.
I kind of, say, well, there might be some water to the right. I see somewhere some animal, just a small kind of foot trail, maybe to possibly some water. So we could try there. So I guess I kind of lead Lefty towards over there.
Mhm.
Maybe get off and just walk it. So
Mhm. So yeah, so you walk on that way. Does everybody follow? Misha does.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys head kind of in that direction, and after like a little like a few minute walk in the woods there, you guys get to a substantial stream here. It's a pretty wide stream, definitely enough for you guys to get in, and it's probably a good 5 feet deep if you stand in the middle. And so you allow your horses to get their water and whatever. And the water here, it's beautiful. It's this beautiful crystal, like in the middle, it's kind of this like darker turquoise, and you kind of dip your hand in it, and it's kind of got the little chill of autumn going on in it. And as you're kind of looking through this water, you see, small fish here and there. And make a perception check, you guys. Or let me look at your
wow,
standing.
For Peach.
she's away.
I can always
Say.
use your passive. I think your passive will be just fine.
Mine's
I have
exactly
14.
the same as what I rolled.
So Elodia got a 14.
God,
Okay,
I
which
got
is
an
also her
8.
passive.
Well, that
Oh.
is it's my passive is better, so it's gonna be.
I got
What's
a
your passive
14.
right now?
It's 14.
Okay,
Or
yeah.
I think
All
yeah.
right.
Are you proficient in perception?
I am, but I rolled crappy, so like that.
So that would have changed too when
Your
you
passive
went up,
perception.
because
would've-
it's 10 plus your perception modifier.
Okay, so it's actually
Passive.
15.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Does anybody else get any passive perception upgrades if they're proficient in perception?
Uh,
If you're proficient in perception, it should go up.
Actually,
Jorgensen's will go up.
I think. Wait. My precision? I think I am.
Yeah, I didn't roll well. So
Wait. Okay. So if I have So wait a second.
if it's bubbled, then you
So yeah. Okay. So yeah, okay. So if I'm proficient, what do I add to my roll? Do I just like add my?
You add that number that you have right there. So it would be your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Cool. All right. I got so crappy, but 11.
Okay, so yours also goes up to a 16 passive perception, I believe.
Cool.
Yes. Okay. Regardless, Jorgensen notices it first. Jorgensen looks off to the side, and he's like hopped off a brownie and is kind of like swimming around in the water a little bit, even though it's frigid. He jumps in and he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he's like kind of swimming around, and he like kind of reaches his hand into the water, and he pulls out like a fishing line, and it's got all these kind of little hooks on it, and a couple little hooks have little fish on them. And he kind of follows it up the embankment here and notices it tied to a big old log. And he's like, "Hey, looks like somebody's been fishing here."
Ooh.
is there
And-
still bait on it? Like,
Yeah,
does it look
yeah.
fresh?
Yeah. And as you look around, Jorgensen kind of also notices off in the distance, he says, "Huh, does it look like a house over there?" And the rest of you kind of look off past the stream a little ways, and you notice a clearing and a little log cabin out there with a little smoke coming off the top that you previously didn't see because of the leaves and whatnot.
Do we have any idea of knowing like who this person is? Like, are there any footprints or anything?
Elodia, if you look kind of off to the side, you can kind of see footprints close to like where they had tied this line and whatever. And they just look like human footprints. And in a couple other spots, kind of up and down the river, you notice like some other human footprints. These look a little bit more feminine. And one pair, you can tell, looks rather feminine, but it's dug into the mud a little bit deeper, a little heavier.
There might be a couple living in this cabin, judging by the tracks, but they appear pretty relatively normal, from what I can tell. Should we investigate or just leave them be?
This is their home, I'm guessing.
We could request to stay here for the night, maybe. Well, actually,
I mean, we still have a half a trade days
that's what I was
travel
gonna say.
left.
Sorry, I forgot. Okay, just kidding.
Are we gonna feed the horses anything?
I
Well,
mean,
they-
there's grass. They
Right.
take grass on and off.
All they need is grass?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as, you know, it's there. Yeah.
And what are we gonna eat? Did we get food?
I have some rations.
Asking the questions over here. Ooh.
Would you want some of my rations?
And she's like, what's a ration?
Oh my god.
I mean, it's just like
Is it
some
yummy?
jerky and dried fruit.
Well, we could gather. I mean, the forest always has something to offer.
I agree. We
We could also go and ask these people, but we don't know if we're trespassing or not.
With the
And then-
ranger thing?
I
So
know.
we can like forage while traveling or something?
I thought it was just like foraging is better,
Yes.
or you get twice as much while foraging.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
we can
I
do
have
that.
to eat berries and twigs and stuff.
Well, maybe we could go and maybe we could barter with them. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from them.
Okay. Well, you know what? Whatever I have to eat on this journey, I will eat. Right, Prancer? Prancer's just like gulping this water like with his whole head, and like it's just going everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
we-
gotta eat
would
what
we
you can
want
on
to-
the road.
Right. Would we want to just go ahead and gather real quick and then move on?
For it.
Sure.
Hold
Okay.
on, let me roll some dice here real quick.
Oh. I switched my D20. This one's not the best.
Okay. So as you guys are discussing this, you hear in the distance the closing of a door, and you look up as the door to this cabin has closed, and you see a young man standing outside, and he's kind of let's see if he notices you guys. You see him outside of the door, and he's kind of carrying some logs and whatnot from one place to another, and and so he kind of looks around, and as he was kind of making his way towards you all, with axe in hand, he sees you all, and he like looks over, and he's like, "Good day."
Good day to you.
Are you travelers?
Yes, we just needed to water our horses, if that's all right with you.
I don't own the streams. The streams belong to the land. Do what you wish with them.
Perfect. How are you?
And he says, gosh, do you guys hear my tummy? Oh my gosh, just made a whack noise. Anyway, it was really loud. He looks over and he says, I am doing quite well on this fine autumn day. With this breeze at my back, I can surely accomplish anything.
Well, that's good to hear and a very good attitude.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I thank you for asking.
And you? And he points at somebody else. Points at Buddy.
I'm also doing well. Not really.
And you? Oh, he doesn't catch the last part.
Oh, no.
And he points at Endurance.
I'm doing well. I think we've had an interesting go of things, but I think things are finally looking up. You have a beautiful woodland around you.
Is he still at the cabin?
Yeah, he's standing like way the heck away. It's really weird.
Your woods are pretty.
And he's just like, thank you. They too belong to the land. I cannot take credit for their beauty.
Oh.
Should I pause it?
Yeah, hang
I'm
on.
gonna pause it.
Oh, wait, I forgot to say.
Should I stop the recording again?
No, I'm just, I'm going to have to like head out in about
Okay.
like 15 minutes. So, warning. So
Okay, we'll do that. We can fix that.
I'll
Okay.
give you a heads up when I'm about to like turn off everything.
I'll go
so.
get my snacky then. Okay, so he says to you something along the lines of, the forest is, belongs to not me. I don't own the forest. Anyway, he said that to you, Endurance.
Yep. You could be like, I agree. I'm just gonna stand there like, so you don't mind that we're in the forest? We won't be here super long. We didn't want to intrude if you were, I don't know, didn't want us here.
Not at all. I care not.
Oh.
But would you like some fish?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, please. Yes, our food rations are running a little bit low anyway. That's perfect.
I kind of like, I'm a little sus of this guy because he's standing so far away. Is it possible to make an insight right now, or can I wait and do it later?
He hasn't really said anything to trigger an insight check right now, because
Okay.
if he
I'll
says
wait
something, then yeah, that's probably a better
Okay.
use for that. So he puts his little hatchet on his belt loop, and he comes closer to you guys. And as he approaches, you can tell this man, he's probably in his like early 20s. He's got this kind of like big ol' like kind of curly brown hair, kind of just swept across. It's kind of he's got this kind of mess of freckles across, and these big bushy eyebrows, and just looks very young and chipper, and he's got this like nice little linen shirt on, whatever. He just looks like a normal little dude, young man. And so he
Human?
comes. Yeah, he's human. So he comes along, and as he gets closer, you can tell he's probably like 5'10", something like that. And he approaches and he says, "Beautiful horses that the gods have blessed you with."
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Indeed. And he goes over and he pulls up his fishing line, and he says, "Well, it seems I've only caught 5, but that would be enough for a feast if you wish to cook them."
But thank you.
Take it.
Yes,
It's very kind of you.
indeed. And he says, "If you so wish, we can cook them as well. I feel it's my duty to..." What? Elodie, are you okay? He's like,
Lily is sus.
Let him continue. I'm going to do an insight just a second. Keep
okay,
going.
sure. He's like, "I feel it's our duty to welcome travelers We don't get them very frequently.
Yeah, can I insight?
Go ahead.
So it's wisdom. So does my proficiency bonus apply to this? Doubling? Okay.
No,
never
it's
mind.
just
I
like
don't- yeah.
tracking and stuff
Ow.
like that.
Not really like social stuff.
Fine.
So as she does
A
that,
21 total.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, this guy
dang.
absolutely pure, absolutely like his intentions are
Okay.
100% good. Like you
Oh,
tell
nice.
you even kind of look at him and you notice that there's like a haze
Really?
behind his eyes. He's almost kind of like
He's high.
Oh, he
It's
So
really chipper.
I was getting really tense and a little like, just ready to kind of bolt, but now I'm like relaxing. I'm like, okay.
So I'm
He
gonna look
seems
at him
okay.
and be like, we. Is there someone else here with you?
And he's like, "Oh yeah, my two sisters.
Oh.
I live here with them, and we don't often get visitors. So we never get visitors actually.
Hmm.
And you lot look like you've been traveling for a while. So if you so wish, we would be more than happy to cook something up for you."
Yes,
Well,
please.
that
That's-
sounds great to me. I don't know about everyone else.
Sounds very kind.
Absolutely.
Well, it shall be. And he says, "My name is Hayden. I'm a lover of all things great and small. Anything natural. I love this world and everyone in it. And I would be honored to have you at our table on this night, on this day." And he says, "And my sisters. I live with my older sisters. I have their names here. Yvain and Charlotte.
Oh.
Let me go ahead and make sure that they are prepared to receive visitors." And so he says, "You can come up to the house." And so he allows you guys kind of to go up there. Why does this music sound so suspicious?
It does sound very. I'm like.
That's not helping.
Come to the
Hmm.
house. Yes. Wink.
Okay, that's less weird music. So he goes up and you can see that they've got like a slight little livestock pen with this kind of like cow, very heavily furred cow with very long horns. He kind of has fur like Brownie,
Oh.
or hair like
Aw.
Brownie. And you see like a little chicken coop and whatever. And Hayden goes in the door and he closes it behind him, and in a little bit out behind him walks a woman with straight dark hair, and she kind of has the same telltale freckles, and she approaches you all, and she looks to be about in her early 30s. She looks a little tired, but she's like, welcome. Very peculiar, Hayden, that you have invited, what is this, 6 people to dine with us this evening. Thank you for that. And Hayden's like, "You're welcome. I just thought that they looked like they needed it." And so she's just kind of very tired. She looks very tired.
Oh.
And she says, "Well, travelers, it's great chance that you stopped by." And she said, "Well, my name's Charlotte, and welcome to our home. Who might you all be?"
I'm Sir Maynard.
Yes, lovely to make your acquaintance.
You as
Hi.
well. Thank you.
I'm Endurance. We are all traveling to Illajon. Slowly, but we're gonna get there eventually.
Ah, yes, you are a long way. Very nice to meet you. Well, you can put your horses over there by the coop. We have posts over there. You can tie them to. can I get you anything for your horses? We don't exactly have much for. We have a few livestock animals. Hay, we could get you hay. Anything you might need?
As long as there's a little grass for them to graze, I think that would be okay. But hay would be
Okay.
nice.
Yes. Hayden, would you get some of that in order? And Hayden's just like, it would be my honor, and he goes off and does his thing. And she says, well, that boy, he definitely has a knack for making friends. Don't get me wrong, I'm very glad that you have come to our home today. But you see, my sister Yvain, she is in labor presently, actually. So it is a little bit. We can have dinner. We can have dinner.
I mean, we can get our orders to go or something. if this
We
is a
no,
bad
don't
time.
worry. I'm not trying to be forceful or push you out. It is
Honestly, that
our
would probably be ideal.
it is our duty.
I think our plan is to keep traveling.
Of course.
We don't mean to put you out in that way.
No,
That's
no,
no,
kind
no,
of
no.
the.
I don't really want to see all that anyway.
No, it's okay. She's got a while, but I've just been awake for a minute, kind of trying to make sure she's okay. But
How long has she been in labor?
several hours. Through some of the night. So it's been a while now. She's okay. Stable. It's fine. I think we'll have enough time to maybe prepare a quick lunch.
You don't have.
But
Oh,
don't
We
worry,
can
I'll make
prepare the-
Hayden do it.
Oh.
Hayden can do it. He's capable at least of that. He can do it. Yes. And she says, but we might be. I may have to stop at some point and attend to her, of course. But yes. And Hayden kind of returns, and she's like, Hayden, make some fish fillets. I think we have some roots in the cellar. See what you can do. And Hayden's like, yes, I will make the finest of all meals for these fine travelers.
oh.
And so Hayden gets to work on that, and she says, would you all like to come in?
I don't know if that would be necessary.
We can have
can-
lunch out
Okay.
here. We can have lunch out here. How's that? That might
I
be
was
better
about
for all
to
parties
suggest
involved.
that.
So your sister is doing okay? She's not in need of any kind of assistance, right?
Truly, I don't know. I have no experience in this. I don't know how this goes. So if any of you do have experience in this or might be better at it than me, please, by all means, I would appreciate it greatly.
Question.
Yes.
Does my being a druid okay, so I have a healing spell on me, and would my being a druid make me any sort of good at that? Would I be
Our wisdom or medicine checks are wisdom, right?
Wisdom, and I
Their
have-
wisdom.
Wisdom.
and
I am
No,
not
I think they're
proficient.
wisdom.
Wisdom is my highest thing. I might
think
have
they
a
are
plus
wisdom.
3.
Yeah, they're wisdom.
Okay.
If you're high in wisdom, you might
I'm
be
high in
better
wisdom.
at this.
All right.
I got a plus
Maynard
2.
does not need to be near.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm not proficient in medicine, but I'm not useless at it.
Okay.
I'm wait. Let me look. I'm not. Yeah, I'm good at. My wisdom's my highest, so I feel like I'd be pretty good at it too.
Well, if we need someone to cook or help, Joffrey is a very fine cook, and he
Oh my
could prepare
gosh.
the meal, or he could help with anything during labor. Just tell him what to do.
True.
And she looks around and she says, "Ah, yes, Joffrey." And she looks at Buddy, and she's like, "That would be much appreciated."
I'm gonna have to pause real quick.
Okay, I'll pause it for a sec.
Okay.
So she looks at Buddy and is like, "Oh, Joffrey, that would be much appreciated if you could."
My name's not Geoffrey.
And she
But-
looks. Oh, go ahead.
I would be willing to help.
And she looks around and she's like, "Which one of you is Joffrey?"
Oh, he's not here at the moment. I can get him to help if you need.
That may be useful later.
All right.
And she says, "Okay, well, if any of you know anything, any medicines, any just wisdom to pass along, please, any help will be appreciated. Yeah, I'll be inside. If anybody would like to join, please feel free. If you'd like to get away from this chill, feel free. But otherwise, I don't blame you if you choose to sit out here."
So I kind of whisper to Endurance and I say, I mean, I can try to help. I think I'm going to while we're waiting for food. Do you want to come with me?
I can't hear you,
Can't,
Savannah.
can't hear
Oh.
Savannah.
Crap. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
What the heck? I hate my computer. I said, oh my word.
I was just moving a chair. I was moving a chair close. Sorry.
Another alarm. No.
I know, I was like, oh my. Sorry. I said, I was like, I think that's a good idea. And I will
So-
come with you.
Okay, then let's move forward. So
I will cast Unseen Servant and bring out Joffrey. And I will say, Joffrey, could you do us a favor and clean these fish and then cook them? If you do not mind.
And Joffrey immediately goes to work and taking care of the fish. And you see as a quick little fire is started on the ground, and you notice him kind of picking up some items off the ground and assembling kind of this like little overhead grill of sorts to cook this fish. He's just going to work. Okay. All right. Cool. Anyway,
Okay, good for him.
awkward silence. Yeah. So.
Emma.
Yes.
Do you remember what the lady in my ring is named?
Corinne.
Kareem.
Kareen.
Okay. I'll ask. Yeah, Kareem. You wouldn't happen to know anything about childbirth, would you?
I mean, I'm familiar with the process of it. Indeed.
What
What do
about,
you
like,
mean exactly?
helping, aiding in the process?
Aiding in childbirth. No, I can't say that I do.
Okay, all good. Just checking.
Are you in childbirth?
No, not me, but there's just don't worry about it if you can't help. It's fine.
Okay, well, sorry.
Oh my word.
So,
So,
oh, go
did
ahead,
she-
go ahead.
Did Charlotte already go in the house or is she still outside?
Yeah, Charlotte went ahead and went in, and she's actually dragging some chairs out for everybody to kind of sit in outside.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna look at Logan and be like, should we go up and ask her if we can go in with her sister? I wouldn't want to just barge in there.
Yeah, let's do that. And so I guess we make our way over to Charlotte. Is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, my name is Elodia, and this is Endurance. We're here to offer our aid if you need it. We know some ways with medicine, but it is only some. But if you need the extra pair of hands, we're here.
And she looks at you and she kind of takes you by the hand and she says, anything will be helpful to me. I don't know what I'm doing, really.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm very glad that your group has stumbled upon us on this day. It must be a gift from the divine, because I have been dreading this moment for as long as we have known. So, thank you.
You're very welcome. So I guess we can go ahead and go in there.
So Charlotte says, she's upstairs. And so you walk into this room, you walk into this home, and there's a main sitting area on the like kind of in the center here, and there's like a small living room, and you can tell that there's a little doorway to the right and a doorway to the left, and there's a pretty big fireplace established. But you can tell that everything here is relatively new. A lot of it is still kind of in the works, but it is a pretty big house for what it is. And there's like a small little staircase that leads up kind of to this upper balcony area with like a little railing around it, and there's a door there. And so she goes up these little stairs and kind of knocks, and you can hear these groans coming from the other side. And she opens the door and she's like, "Yvain, honey, we have some people here that are going to help me, okay?" And she kind of motions for you all to come in. And do you guys go in?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like,
This is your chance to turn around now. So you guys walk up these steps cautiously, and you get up there and you look inside, and there's this room kind of with, you know, the arched ceilings, and sitting on this bed kind of doubled over, just kind of like trying to keep it together, is this young woman, probably in her early 20s. She's got this blonde hair down to her waist, and she's just kind of like groaning, and she looks like she's in a rough state. She has the same freckles like all the rest of them, but she is in quite the state presently. She's this beautiful lady, gorgeous, but yeah, so she is looking kind of rough and kind of trying to breathe through some of the pain right now.
Okay, let me see if I have anything. I guess I'll kind of like go up to her and be like, what was her name again? You just said
Yvain.
it. Yvain. Okay, I'll go up to her and be like, Yvain, my name is Endurance, and this is my friend Elodia, and we know some medicine, and we are going to try to kind of help you through this process.
And she just kind of nods.
Poor thing. Okay, so should I roll like a medicine check?
Sure.
Okay.
Can I
guys-
roll medicine?
yeah, go
check?
ahead.
Yeah, I can roll two in case I roll bad, which is possible.
Hey, let's go. Okay, that's not too shabby.
Okay.
So what happens if they get a nat
18.
1?
Oh man, yeah, I got
Please
it.
don't
18?
say that.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
18. What'd you get, Savannah?
12.
A 12? Okay. So these are pretty good. So you guys get her reclined into a better position, and kind of make her more comfortable. And Elodia, you have a little bit more experience in this. Kind of, you watched as in your small village, a lot of your older women would help take care of these things, and they were kind of communal events, not like communal in the sense that everybody was apart per se, but just you know,
Oh my
like
God.
a lot of the women would come together and
All
kind of
hands
help
on
with
deck.
these situations. Yeah, and so
Gotcha.
you've seen this before. Endurance, where you grew up, you did not experience very much childbirth, but you, at least with a decent medical knowledge, kind of general working knowledge, you can assist pretty efficiently. So Elodia, you kind of take charge in this, and you kind of ask for different items, different things to get prepared for this, and you guys begin working through that. So cut to the outside. Hayden is out there and has come back, and he has some wood and stuff like that, and he notices that the fire's already been started, and he looks around and he says, "Well, thank the gods. You all have already prepared this for yourself."
Well, we wanted to help as much as we could. You all seem to have your hands full.
Well, I don't. Just of wood. But yeah, I guess Charlotte does, and Yvain. But anyway, I've just been working on poetry. That's what I've been
Oh.
up to.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have a poem?
Actually, sure. Yeah, I do. Okay. I don't know if they're very good, but I like them. I kind of call them free poetry. It's just kind of whatever I'm feeling, you know? Whatever I'm gifted with for the day. Well, today's poem is called New Life. New life springs forth, a wellspring, energies flowing, and soon a new person. There's my poem for the day.
Wow, that was very nice.
Truly gifted. Amazing.
Thank you.
Now,
The
who-
winds speak to me,
Oh,
and they bring me wisdom and creativity and knowledge.
I
Does
was just
wind magic?
wondering-
Oh. What was that?
I said I was wondering who exactly is the father of this child?
yes, I was going to ask the same question. I didn't want to be rude if that's too
It's almost
far.
like-
Oh, well, it is rather peculiar, the story of this child's conception.
Okay.
Here we go.
You see, we are not from here. We're from a town, to the east.
Okay, good. Not to the south.
Huh?
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 I said not to the south. Good.
We're from a town to the east. And,
I just
well, about 9 months ago, you could say, well, our town always has extravagant parties. These exceptional parties, all in honor of the god Weller. I'm sure you're familiar. But, you see, our town is very devoted to Weller. And, sometimes he joins us. Sometimes he's among us for these festivities. And, sometimes he finds a woman he fancies. And well, that was my sister. So here we are, now shunned from the town and living on this fair ground we call home.
So who's the father?
Oh, if I did not make that clear. It is Weller, the god of parties and extravagance.
A god is the father of this child.
Ah, yes.
Is that possible? I've never heard of this. Silas, does Mask have children?
Does he?
You've never heard of such thing.
I don't think so, but
Can I roll like a history or religion
Yeah.
check to see if I've ever heard of anything
Sure.
like this?
Or if
Which
he's
one is
got
it? History or religion?
History? Yeah, history.
Yes.
Go
Oh
for it, Heath.
baby, a triple.
Or maybe a triple.
21.
Oh wow. So in tales of old, you have heard stories of children of gods and mortals being born. It's not exactly just like a common thing, but you have heard tales of it happening.
I've heard of this, but I did not think it was true, I guess. I'm sorry, forgive me for saying so, but
Just to
it's very
check,
peculiar.
why exactly were you exiled from this town?
Oh, well, it's not exactly smiled upon, some might say, to have relations with the god of that the town primarily worships. I don't know, some people thought it was a blessing. I think it's a blessing, you know. I'll be related to a demigod. That's pretty insane. Maybe I'll have new inspiration to draw from. I don't know. Wherever the fair winds take me, so my heart desires. This child, I will call my own nephew. Or niece, whatever it may be. Ah, I digress. What was your question again?
Who are you talking to?
Whoever spoke to me last. I don't remember. I went on a whim.
I think he asked who the father was.
Oh,
No, I asked who the father was. But I think we have the answer for that, so.
yes.
Well, that is very interesting. So why did you all choose here of all places? I mean, do I know if Ilijan has like a temple to Weller?
You don't know.
Well, why not take him somewhere like a temple of Weller or something? Or him or her. I don't know what will happen.
Oh, maybe we will one day. Who knows? Whatever Yvain thinks, I guess. But, I don't know. Sometimes this whole demigod business can get out of hand. Now, Yvain isn't the only person in our town's past to have borne the child of Weller. Well, in other instances, they were shunned, rejected, burned at the stake, things like that. So, I guess we just wanted to not be around that too much.
Have any of these other children been born?
Some of them. I
What-
don't know where they went.
You don't know if anything had come of them, if they had powers or something?
I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Maybe
Well,
soon.
Yes. Yeah, we sure will.
Cut to the other scene. Endurance and Elodia are hard at work here, helping Yvain through this process. And after quite a while has elapsed here, several hours, and finally, you all successfully, with the aid of Charlotte, help Yvain give birth to a very healthy baby boy. And as this child is born, something is radiant about this child.
Like, is it skin glowing or is it just kind of like an aura?
Something like an aura, a radiant
Mhm.
aura.
Oh, wow. Be like, Elodia, are you seeing this?
I was just about to ask you. I have not seen this before through my experience. And then I guess I kind of look over at Yvain. I'm like, your child seems to be glowing. Is this what you were? I'm just letting you know.
And she's kind of very tired, she's just kind of in and out, and she's just like, of course he is. Why would he not be? He is my child. And she takes him up in her arms, and she's just like, what should I name him? I'll think on it a little. I think I need some time.
Agreed. I'm gonna kind
So-
of like nod towards the doorway, like to Elodia, and be like, like walk out there a little bit.
Well, we hope that you rest up and that, we'll be here if you need us, Yvain. So, and with that, I kind of duck out. So.
I'm gonna like immediately look at Elodia and be like, why is the child glowing? Why did it? I don't think any plant would do that.
No.
Like it was like something radiating off of it. It's bizarre. I've never even seen anything. It was almost like it's weird. I don't know.
It did not seem natural. But did you look? Did you notice this house seems so new? Like they just built everything too.
All right. I found myself a little. I mean, I don't want to get into people's personal business, but seeing they are the only people out here and that they were so surprised to see travelers, part of me is wondering who the child's father is or was. I don't know.
Right.
Seems
Maybe we'll find out more in just a minute. But
I agree.
at least for now, we've done what we could. So
Agreed. A job well done, indeed.
And Charlotte ducks her head out and she says, "Thank you." Oh no, frozen. Hello. Are you frozen? Huh? You're still frozen. You're all still frozen. Is everybody frozen for you? Huh?